Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. I've been working on this a little bit. We're coming to the end of this week. We're coming to the end of the week, and at the end of the week, I normally like to have finished at least the sort of theme for the week. And the theme for this week was bees and getting the bee quest started. And I've had a good time redesigning and having a look at what I wanted, and I've actually taken it so that I've got two sides sorted out now, so with all the processing and stuff on. Not fully automatic, but I've automated it and I've set it out so that I can automate things as best as I want to. For instance, here we go, right? So on this side, I've got access to whatever materials I may need in the applied energistic system. I've got a centrifuge which has something underneath it, I think. Maybe something behind it then? Something behind it? Okay. I've forgotten where I put everything. Alright, calm down. Calm down. Little derps. Yeah, I've put you can just about see it, an export bus down the back there. So if I take this power out for a second, there we go, we can access this. And this export bus will have 9 combs available for regular processing in the centrifuge, which basically puts the comb in there and then takes the goodies. And then the goodies go out next to it. Yes, they go back into the applied energistic system. So that's that bit, right? That's that bit. So I'm automatically, all the combs that I get are going to automatically process in here. I just need to set it up to say which combs I want it to process, and I've got 9 combs variety. I've got a squeezer here, which next to it I've got an export bus which is telling that, let's do this, doing seeds. It's also got the crafting recipe for seeds, so it's crafting seeds from wheat as fast as it needs to. And judging by that, we're running out of wheat, so I'm going to have to sort that out next and do a bit of upgrade on the wheat farm. But the seed oil, right? Oh man, I'm going to pull it apart. I'll pull it apart as carefully as I can. That way you can still see everything. This seed oil is going from a transfer node in this squeezer, being pulled out and taken along and up into this carpenter. So the carpenter is getting seed oil, because seed oil is a thing that you need quite a bit of in forestry. So we've got seed oil going into there, especially for bees as well. So for processing quickly, I've got that. I'll probably need another carpenter somewhere else in a forestry section for making other things. But anything that requires seed oil is normally sort of bee related. I think so anyway, kind of bee related stuff. So I'll put it over here with an automation system going on. And then we've got the advanced mutatron, which is I've got all my bees here in this Apris chest right next to the mutatron, and I've got the genetics labware being put straight into the mutatron from here and being crafted. So I can also take them out like we did, like I showed the last episode, right? So this side is like that, and this is just some spare bits and pieces right now. On this side, we've got the replicator. I showed you basically what a replicator and bits and pieces do, but I haven't actually used them. The DNA extractor requires genetic labware, so I've brought some of that along with me. I'll take just a few, and it makes the DNA, which is going to go into there. And I've done that by having transfer nodes, liquid transfer nodes on the back of that one. You can just about see on the back of that one there, and on the back of that one there, going into the middle one there. Okay, so from there to there to there to there, and the power's coming in from below it. So that should give it liquid DNA and protein, so I can do all that stuff, right? The protein liquefier is got a little applied energistics export bus, exporting beef from my cow farm. My cow farm and wheat farm need to be activated again properly to keep up with all this. But I've got it exporting from the system right now to make protein. And on this side, we've got the stuff that makes all the imprinters and stuff. Making these things, genetic templates, and these genetic samples. So in the first one, I've got applied energistics to automatically put blank gene samples and genetics labware in over this side. So I've got the blank genes and genetics going into there. All I have to do then is just put a bee in here, and I can't automate that because, well, I can't decide what I want to do. I want to take, like, I want genetic samples from these bees. I put those bees in, and then it does the rest automatically for me and makes these. And then I take these out and I put them into here so I can see what genetics I've sampled, right? And then, well, I'm looking at the bees. And then this one does, like, you take a bee and a genetic template and you force that bee to be changed with that genetic template, okay? And this one here is you take a gene sample and you sort of copy it. Yeah, so forestry gene sample with a blank gene would copy it. So I'm not using that often enough, so it's over there. The middle one is the one I'm going to use the most for this, and the middle one I'm going to use the most for this. So we should be good there. So I've got all those there for when I need to use them, and I don't know if I'm going to need to use them. I also used filing cabinets because these are the same same item type with different MBT datas in both of those. So it'll file them nicely for me so I can find everything quickly. It's not floating around the applied logistics system. And just one little final thing, I've got an item transfer node here. And so any bees that I don't want, I can basically trash by putting in here. And it'll transfer the bees into the DNA extractor and make liquid DNA to put in the genetic replicator. That's the liquid DNA trash thing. So all in all, it's all powered right. I've managed to get the applied energistics channels right. I had to do a lot of messing around with that. And I've got a space on the top here for any flower types that I might need for biomes. And that's given me 14 fully automated bee apiaries. All powered. I've got ducks importing all the items out of them into the applied energistics system down there. But I haven't got bees in there yet. I haven't done bees yet. What I wanted to do was show you guys what we're going to do with bees. So we've got 2 more bee things to do. First one is impregnated frames. So we need to get some logs, don't we? Logs. Have I got no wood? Surely I've got wood. Oak. I got oak. Yeah, I got loads of oak because those MFR farms are working overtime all the time. So we're going to start with oh yeah, it's in the carpenter. I was right first time. We're going to start with putting the recipe in for that. We're going to put those in. We're going to make some impregnated sticks. We only need 8 impregnated sticks as far as I know to make the first frame. So we'll just do that and then take them out. So that'll do for now. We'll just take the first 8 because I don't want to waste anything. I don't want to waste time and energy making frames because the gendustry doesn't use frames. Frames have some very special purposes, but gendustry doesn't use frames. And then I think we take a string. I've got a lot of string right now, a lot of string. And these impregnated frames makes an impregnated frame. Okay, and normal sticks make untreated frames. And you would normally, let me get one of these old things out of here. Normally take a traditional forestry apiary, plonk it down, and then inside there you could put a frame. Okay, and that would have an effect on the bees, which you'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Right, we've done that. We get the Oblivion frames. Good, good, good. The Oblivion frames are quite useful, but I don't think I'll be using them. If I need to use the, like, vanilla forestry bee stuff, magic bees also work nicely. I don't know if I'm going to do that, though. In the Material Energy Hypercubed, or was it Material Energy Cubed? I can't remember which one it was. In that series, I did all the bees through the traditional vanilla means. I had gendustry. I used gendustry to make them, but then I used the actual apiaries, which don't use any power, to constantly automate them and give me all the goodies from them. And that was that. Okay, so that's almost everything from bees completed. And that's the end of the week, so that's pretty good. 92%. The big quest now is to get all these different types of samples. So I've got to find out where all these different things come from and see what we can already make. So I'm going to make a quick list of all this and be right back with some answers. Okay, I've got my list. I'm not sure if I've got a plan yet, but I do have a list. And that's a good place to start. I do like starting with a list of things that I need to accomplish. And then course of action becomes, right, pick something at random, see what we can do with that. Okay, do what you can with that, and then put it on the list of things you can't do if you can't do it. So let's see what we got first. Well, I'll show you this again. Right, we've got Silk Wisp, Enchanting Drop, Destabilized Drop, Pulsating Dust, Phosphorus, Refractory Wax, Amnesthetic Wax, Magic Wax, Fire Infused Dust, and Unusual Pollen. We've got to get all of those, and they're all in quite high amounts, like 16s and 64 Silk Wisps and all that. So, let's have a look. Silk Wisps. Let's have a look. Silk Wisps. That. So this is produced by a wispy queen, right? And it comes from a silky comb. Or we can centrifuge silky propolis, and we might get it that way. Silky propolis comes from silky combs, which comes from many bees. So that might be better and easier to do. Transmuting queens, wispy queen, transmuting queen, tropical queen. Tropical queen is probably the easiest one to do because it's one of the basic bee types. So a tropical queen makes silky combs, and then the uses of silky combs, many uses of silky combs, but we get this silky propolis, and then the use when I automatically centrifuge it, which gives us that, and then I use that in a centrifuge again to make silk wisp, which we need 64 of. Okay? Okay. So we got, and we already had some of that actually. Silk wisp. There we go. Yeah, we've already got some silky propolis. So if I tell my little system back here to put silky propolis directly into the system, then I should also get that there. There we go. Silky comb. Yeah, there we go. And reconnect that. That's the first one that we can get started on immediately. So let's see about getting a bee that does that. Now, Tropical Princess. There we go. We've got Tropical Princess. We've got 2 Tropical Princesses. We've got several Tropical Princesses. Let's get some Tropical Princesses on the go. There's a Tropical Queen there as well. That's good. Do I have Tropical Drones, though? I've got 1 Tropical Drone. Wow. Okay, so oh, there's another one. No, we've got another one there. And there's another Tropical Princess. Wow. Okay, I don't want to use all of them at the same time, but I do seem to have a lot of Tropical Princesses and not many drones, which is a bit unusual. But that may be something to do with the Botania stuff that we've been doing over there. So let's have a look. Let's see what this Tropical Queen demands. The Tropical Queen demands a temperature of something. We can have a look to see what she demands, because we're on normal at the minute. See what the Queen demands. The Queen demands a temperature of warm and damp. So we need up in both of those. So we need warm and damp for her. So we'll then look at upgrades. The upgrades for the industry stuff is here. So that's a drier upgrade, which takes humidity down. That takes humidity up. So I'm going to need a humidity upgrade, which I think I can do. And I'm also going to need a heater upgrade, which requires a bit of netherrack and so on. Yeah, that should do it. So we'll quickly make one of those, and we get a tropical on the go. I think I'll save the other tropicals and just sort of use them for other things. Because, well, you never know when you need a bee to change, to alter a bee to make something work. A heater upgrade. Have we got it? What are we missing? We're missing one of those. Let's do that. Thank you. And we're also missing a piece of glass. Black stained glass, white stained glass, any glass? It looks like any glass to me, doesn't it? Why have we got no glass in the shop? Glass. We have got glass. There's red stained glass. Okay, I'm going to take that red stained glass and hold on to it for a minute. And see if I can do it manually. It looked like I needed any glass, didn't it? Heater upgrade. There we go. Boom. Oh, no, it did have the glass. It's me being silly. It was the bronze that I needed. Okay, let's make a stack of bronze. And then try again. Silly me. Okay, we've got the heater upgrade. There. Boom. So that's what you needed. You needed the heat up. Next we'll go, we need the humidity up as well. So we need that. And so we need one of those. We'll make one of those again. I've already made loads of those things because I've had to do 14 automation upgrades. So now we've got a heater upgrade and a humidifier upgrade, which will make it hotter and damper, which, as you'll remember, is what the Queenie wanted. She wanted warmer, which is 1 up from the temperature we're at now, and damper, which is 1 up from the one we're at now. So let's put her over here. This one? Yeah, this one. Put the Queen in there. That's good. And we'll put the heat upgrade. And that should kick in a minute. We'll find out that the RF required will go up as well. And we'll put that in as well. There we go. Temperature and humidity up, please. When do you update? When do you give me an update? Plus 25%. So that might not be a full one. And maybe I've got to make 4 of those. I didn't think I had to make that many. I didn't think I would have to make so many. I might need a crafting table here, actually. I've got another heater upgrade there, actually. Let's see if I can stack them. Yes, I can. So that's 50% increase. Now it's got up to warm. Okay, I get it. So I need to get the humidity up to warm as well. Okay. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about those upgrades, to be honest. So I need another one of those upgrades. I need to craft me... Well, I might as well craft 10 of those because I'm expecting to need a lot. And grab one and put it in there. There we go. Take another second one of those. And then that can go over here as well. I think the flower type may be something like vines or something, because it's a jungle-based bee, I think. There we go. She's good. She's good. So she's probably using the normal flowers, I'm guessing. Oh, whoa. She's the one that gives you a bit of a sting, though. Ow. Okay, well, I'm not too fussed. I might keep her somewhere separate, but I can get myself a little regen going on over here. So I'm not too fussed about her. However, that is the one that I always forget. That's the reason why we've got an Apiarist kit. I should have a regeneration here. Why am I not getting a regen effect? I am getting a regen effect. I've just got poison for 14 as well. Hello? Can you stop poisoning me already? Okay, those bees, man. Those bees. They're going to be the death of me. I'm regenning. Right. Let me get this Apiarist kit. Should we make one of these Apiarist kits? I think it's probably a good idea to make one of these Apiarist kits. And the sooner I can make that stuff gone and done, the better, I think. Right, so we've got Apiarist shirt, Apiarist hat. Okay. Apiarist kit. Where's the Apiarist clothes? I need legs, which is woven silk, which is silk wisp. Silk wisp and a carpenter. Wouldn't you get it? Wouldn't you credit it? So I've got to get the silk wisp from her before I can do the woven silk. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay, well, I'm going to put them in there for the next time I come and check them. Man, oh man, she's going to be a fighter. She's going to be a feisty one, she is. Alright, I might just knock her out for now. We know what we're going to do with that. Let's just take her out and put the tropicals back away again. I'm going to put them on the separate page so I remember where they are. I can just put her in there, or I put several in there all at once, actually. I can put them all running in there as that, and then just let them all just get on with making silky for me, and then step away from the building and just leave them to it. wait for them to have produced enough silky, and then make myself the full-on Aperis kit to wear. I could choose a different type of bee, but meh, I didn't want to. Okay, because that was nice and easy. That's a tropical bee, and we can get those easily enough, so that's good. Now then, let's do the Enchanting Drop. So an Enchanting Drop, there we go. Presumably comes from an enchanted princess, an enchanted drone. Presumably. But let's double check. It comes from occult combs. Arcane Queens can make them. That's the only page. So Arcane Queen makes them. But does it come from a comb? No, it doesn't come from a comb. It comes from the Arcane Queen only. So the only way to get Arcane Drops is from an Arcane Queen. Now this is where it becomes an interesting situation. Recipes to make things? No, that's not the one I wanted. Recipes to make the Arcane Queen. That bloody altar one always comes forward. Okay, so to make an Arcane Queen, we're going to mix an exotic princess with a mysterious drone in the Mutatron, which is exactly the same breeding as that, only that's an 8% chance, and our Mutatron gives us a 100% chance. So we've got to work back from Arcane Queen, because we need the Arcane Queen. We've got to work back to see how we make all of these. So this is going to be a quick example of what I've got to do in order to get some of these things done. Exotic, yeah, that one. It can be, it's not those. It's got to be, that's the one, yeah. So cultivated and eldritch. Cultivated is a forest drone and a common drone, or a meadows drone and a common princess. I think I might have a common princess. Modest princess, modest drone, modern drone, common queen. I've got a common queen. I've got a common drone. I've got a modest queen there. That's not the one I want to do then. Let's put the common queen in there. Make sure she's got what she needs. It's night time, obviously, so that's no good to her. But the common queen should then go through the process, and I will take out the automation, because I want her to become a princess and a drone. I don't want her to be put back in automatically. So there's that. And then the other bits and pieces we needed, let's go back some more. The exotic, we've kind of got an idea of what we need for that. We need an eldritch drone as well. And that is a cultivated and an unusual. Now we've got unusual princesses. We can also make it with mystical or sorceress. But we've got unusual princesses already. So we just need to get to the cultivated to make this side. And so we're going to need to breed a common princess with a marshy. Or a mystical with a common. Did I have any mysticals? I think I had a mystical. Yes, I've got a mystical princess. And was it a common drone, I think it said, didn't it? Common drone. Let's double check that. Uses of a mystical princess. She can make mundane combs for me, but she could also make a cultivated queen. So mystical princess and common drone is a 12% chance of making a cultivated queen. So if I do those in here, I should see what I can make, and it should be that one. It'll use them both up, unfortunately, but that does get me the cultivated queen at the end of it. So now I've got the cultivated queen. There are lots of cool things you can do with cultivateds. Cultivateds are very useful. There's aluminium, there's noble, there's sinister, there's eldritch, which is the one we're after, and there's diligent and eldritch again, which is there. There's pious and majestic and charmed and fiendish. There's loads. And the exotic, we also need a cultivated princess for the exotic. Esturic. Yeah, that one. So we're going to put her in here, and I'm just going to automate her for a little bit so that she cycles through. I do need a princesses, but until I've got another common drone, I'm going to need another common drone. so that I can mix another unusual, or whatever it was. Yeah, an unusual with a common drone again in here to make another one, so I can split them down into 2 princesses so that I can make the princess. And so on and so forth. Another thing that I wanted to do, but I don't know if I've got enough time. Let me just have a quick sleep and I'll show you. Yeah, we've still got a few minutes. So let's see if I can make what I want to make here. It's been a while since I've made a hopper hock, but I reckon this little deal here may be very, very useful for a hoppy hock. A hopper hock, even. They're functional flora. They are in the last page, nearly last page, there we go. Hopper hock will pick up items around it, giving it mana is optional, but it will increase its range. Items picked up will be put into adjacent inventories, such as chests. Placing item frames on any inventories will specify which items can go in them. And there's a few tricks with item frames you can do, which is pretty cool. But what we need is a Rune of Air, Mystical Grey, 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 and a Redstone. But Rune of Air, I haven't made a Rune of Air yet. We're going to need the Runic Altar, 3 mana steel, some carpet, a feather, and some string. Shouldn't be too hard. I will gather what I need, and we will make something. We'll make a hopper hock. And I just realised that I haven't even made a Runic Altar yet. I don't suppose I've had to use one yet, have I? Alright, so we get a mana pearl, we get to a crafting table. Let's use this one over here for now. And it's something like this. Yeah, there we go. So we get a Runic Altar. These things are super cool. They do take a little bit of mana, so where should I put it? I think I'll put it... I want to put it there, but I think I'll put it there. I'll put it there. You place the items you need on, so we need 3, and it just sort of floats around. It's so cool. Put a carpet on it, and a feather on it, and a piece of string on it, and then I'm supposed to tap it with a wand. Oh yeah. It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now. And I think I'll throw a piece of living rock on it afterwards. Oh no, that's for other things. It's gonna make it. Oh yeah, it's gonna make the rune. Yeah, it's got actually showing me what it's making now as well, which is pretty cool. It should be getting some mana from the pool. Is it not? Is it not doing anything from the pool? Can I shift bind that to that? Bind that to that. Yo, move to that. It doesn't move as fast. It doesn't move the same way as it used to. Yeah, it doesn't move what it used to. Shift that to that. That to that. Function mode, bind mode. You to you. Yes. Okay. So now all the mana is going directly to that. I thought it used to use mana pools. Come on then. Work. Feed me now. And you're supposed to just have one of those on it, ready for when it crackles and sparkles and all that kind of stuff. Let me check I've got my video settings right. Let's put particles all just to make sure. It's another thing I took off last episode. Come on then, dang it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, there's no mana in the spreader. That's one thing. Now it's doing it. It just needed a lot of mana. It's actually showing me a little GUI as well. This is new to me because I did Britannia a lot when it first came out. Like from very version beta 13 or something I started playing it. It might have been beta 8 when I first started playing it. And I played it all the way through to like 115 versions. And then I did everything, and then I stopped, and I haven't been back since. So now this is good fun, finding out all the new cool stuff it is. The Druid's Tale is going to be absolutely awesome for finding out everything new. Okay, so I got 3 Runes of Air, and back to that. Do I need a Rune of Air? Light Grey, Mystical and Mana, and Normal Grey, so we need those. Do I have Light Grey and Mystical Grey? Yes, I do. Okay, so we'll have them into the mana pool. We'll have one of those and one of them. Thank you. And one of them. Thank you. And so they go on to what? Was that onto the Runic Altar as well? No, that's going into the well. Okay, so we'll get this going on next. Oh man, this is so cool playing with Botania again. I don't want to do too much of it because I want to do everything in a Druid's Tale, but it is cool to play around with. So let's have the mystical grey, the light grey mana, the grey mana, and the mystical grey in there. They're the first 4 things that it said to do. That's those. We also need a Rune of Air, which we've just made. One of those Runes of Air. That can go in as well. Yeah, there it is floating around. And the other thing is a Redstone Root, which I showed you how to make last episode. So let's make a redstone. And we also need some grass. Tall grass. There we go, which we sharpened up like that. There we go. Wow. The effort you need to go through to make just one little thing in this game, eh? And then I need a seed. I need a seed. Where's the quickest place to get a seed from? I don't think these sort of seeds work, do they? No, they don't. Let me get some wheat. Have I got any wheat seeds? No, I've just used them all up for seed oil, haven't I? Oh, man. Let's get back over here. This needs automating again. I need to start automating this again. Just so I can make seeds again. Just because I need seeds more than wheat. I also need the beef, I suppose. But I don't need that as often, so we don't need to worry. And then throw that in there and I should get a hopper hawk. Awesome. And now all I need is a chest for it to suck up all the items into. And I'm running the long way around my little house because I forgot there was a door there for some reason. Chest. That one. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if one chest is going to be big enough, actually, but let's do this anyway. Let's put... I can't put it there. Let's put it there with a chest there and switch these 2 boys back on. So, Hopper Hawk, retrieve. Thank you. So now the Hopper Hawk will be putting everything into there, which is awesome. Not quite far enough though, Hopper Hawk. Oh, that was a bit of a lag. The Hopper Hawk should be working. Yeah, it is working. The Hopper Hawk's working. But it looks like these bee things are actually sending stuff so far. Are you actually on something? Where are you? Did you... It somehow put it on there? How did that work? I can take this back now anyway. Because I want the power to go back to this. But the Hopper Hawk should pick them up. I'm not really that fussed about losing a few of them because it's all sort of free energy. But it does mean that I'll start picking up all of the drones automatically while I'm around and about the place. So I'll just let it run for a bit. If I put it into an Applied Energistics interface, then that would be even better, wouldn't it? Because then these things would produce and they would go into the Applied Energistics system. And then I could have them pop over here somewhere. But anyway, that is probably it for bees for me for a little while. Next week we'll do something different. The last episode this week, I think I'm going to do something different tomorrow, so you probably won't see an episode tomorrow. So that's the giving myself the weekend off. Thank you very much for watching, by the way. Just thought I'd say that. I'm going to have the weekend off and just let the bees run through, play around with some of the breeding processes and things like that to try and get them all set up to start making all of these items that we need for the quests. But I want to get back into some of the other mods now. Now we've kind of started everything. I want to start finishing everything. But yeah, I'm going to focus on a few bits and pieces here and there, mess around with a few other bits and pieces. And slowly but surely, we can work through all of the quests in Agrarian Skies and hopefully still make a place that looks cool. Alright guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Once again, I appreciate everything. All the likes and comments. I'll see you next week for some more Agrarian Skies 2.